Okay, we have our next St. View Blood and Ink cover review. This is Diary of a Biker Queen. So, look, one Diary of a Mafia Princess had Luca on the cover, our St. View Mafia Prince, and this one is Diary of a Biker Queen. It has Lynx on it, who is our biker bodyguard. He is the newest one. We met him in St. View Schmurder Squad. He was Levi from Schmurder Squad's cellmate, and he saved Levi's life at one point. And throughout that book, Levi's like, yeah, he saved my life, and in return, I owed him a favor to be cashed in at a later date. And he's like, listen, Levi, I want to cash in my favor. Levi's panicking. He's like, do I know this man? He's kind of starting to think that maybe Lynx is a bad guy. And he's panicking. He's like, what's he gonna ask me to do? Is he gonna like send me back to prison? Because yeah, and Levi, who is a very, very high member in the St. View Slayers, the St. View Motorcycle Club, Lynx says, I need you to get me an in. I want to prospect. I want to be the newest prospect. I want to join the St. View Slayers. And he does. So he's the newest prospect. And he is also very attractive. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was the unaliver in a good chunk of Schmurder Squad. But obviously he's not. Otherwise he wouldn't be one of our MMCs. But he was a little quirky, he's been in prison for a while, so he's not fully there. But it was an absolute blast. This is going to be an absolute blast. If you want a little bit of like a sneak peek, if you go on Spotify, sorry, I just opened Disney Plus. If you go on Spotify, currently, Diary of a Mafia Princess has a 5-minute clip that's like a sneak peek of it, as well as the description for the book, which tells us that Naya doesn't have a miscarriage. We think she has a miscarriage at the end of Schmurder Squad. Dax, her baby daddy, thinks she has a miscarriage. And then she's going back, and I was incorrect. She's not arranged to marry Luca. She's arranged to marry Luca's old man father. So that's going to be funsies. But also, it makes it very clear that Luca's dad was promised someone pure. And she's pregnant. So, and I'm really excited to see how that works, because I think that's where we're going to get, like, Luca. Maybe he's going to help her escape. Dax is the baby daddy and the tattoo artist. But also, every book since St. View Psychos has had somebody from the Slayers in the group. So I'm excited about that. So in like St. View Psychos, we had War, obviously, who became the president. St. View Rebels, we had Fang. Love Fang. St. View Slayers versus Sinners, we had Hawk, the VP, and then we had Hayden, who was the Sinners, the rival motorcycle club that was no more. And then in Schmurder Squad, we had Levi, who was just getting out of prison. So it's really exciting. And now we have Lynx, who's a prospect. And hopefully he won't be a prospect for long. We see what happens when you end up a prospect for a long time. Not to spoil anything. Not a spoiler. Yeah, but I'm so excited for this. This is going to be great.